You are given immortality with the side effect of being sent back in time 2,000 years. Would you accept this offer, and if so, what would you do? Go into Rome, baby. Oh yeah. 2,000 years ago. This is easy. Move to Lucielenberhuck. Lay low. Gather a group of strong men around me and train them for 4 centuries. Establish trading connections around the Low Countries and Saxony. Around 500 CE, declare the independent state of Luxembourg. Fortify the most strategically important site in Europe. Conquer Antwerp and Rotterdam. Act as the western gateway for that sweet, sweet Hanseatic trade money. Ingratiate myself with the ruling European families. Profit. Centuries later, probably start writing a fictional vampire series about my experiences. A lot of people have mentioned potential downsides, but another one, even if you have invulnerability, is the possibility of being imprisoned. Maybe they can't kill or even hurt you, but they could lock you as a prison or trap you in a cave or something for eternity. Imagine being trapped in a dark cave for thousands of years with no way to die, no matter how badly you wanted to. That's straight up torture. Imagine then 2,000 years later they find you while digging to build a new building. At that point you have gone insane and are a shell of your former self. Only if I was both invulnerable to injury and had the ability to kill myself if I chose. There's a lot of details we'll have to clear up, tbh. Have your people call my people. If I am being offered this, my 2K+-year-old self should be around to tell me it's a go or not. I will wait on myself to tell me to do it or not. I do not want to menstruate for 2,000 years. Not enough information, so I will describe the conditions on which I'd accept. I'd do it if I was immortal, would not age, and could not be injured permanently. I would. You'd basically get to witness all of recorded history firsthand, although by the time it came around to present day, your would have been lifetime would fly by in comparison to your new lifetime. Then you gotta deal with eternity by yourself, which doesn't sound pleasant. Can I choose where? That's the difference between me being revered as a sorcerer and burned at the stake for being a witch doctor. I think the fact that I'd be immortal wouldn't be a problem. The fact that my immune system and every highly developed virus and bacteria in me would kill most parts of the world's population within months after my arrival is a lot more concerning. What would eternity be without company? Put a £1 on Leicester to win the league. You're immortal. How wonderful. And going back 2,000 years will allow you to become rich and powerful. Knowing that there's gold in the Yukon, or diamonds in South Africa. Knowing about the geography of the planet. Being able to buy the early works of Da Vinci, or Michelangelo. Backing Rockefeller and Carnegie when they are starting out. Buying a ton of Bitcoin at 6. Owning Apple and Google and Amazon shares. Rich and powerful. But everyone you ever meet will die. You will have children and lovers and spouses and friends, and you'll have to bury all of them. As we get older, our perception of time shifts, and that's why as adults it seems like the seasons are racing past. Accelerate that. Centuries will fly past in a heartbeat, and it will seem that the baby you saw born will have died in the blink of an eye. How can you possibly risk emotionally engaging with them knowing this? We're pretty good at generating, processing, and transmitting information these days, and we're only getting better at it. That means you're going to have to keep your immortality a secret, because it's the holy grail of mythology and science, and if word gets out that you're immortal, you will be hunted relentlessly. You will be taken into custody and examined meticulously, right down to the last bit of your DNA. You'll need to be very good at running and hiding, and you won't be able to trust a single soul. Who know what the long future holds for humanity, or this planet? There could be another great extinction event that wipes out 90% of life on Earth. You'll survive, but what else will? Maybe you'll get to see humans travel and colonize other worlds, if we can solve the FTL dilemma. Eventually the sun will explode, or just fizzle out. You might be lucky enough to have escaped this planet before the sun swallows it, but then you'd be adrift, unless, as I said, there were colonized planets. Even if there were, eventually the universe will expand and fizzle out, in what science speculates will be the Great Freeze. There will be no stars, no planets, no life except your own. There will be nothing. Nothing but you in the entire universe, for all time, alone for eternity. I think I will pass on this proposal. Travel to Antarctica because it will be there. Am I also invulnerable? Like, can disease or traumatic injury today I learned I'll kill me? I wouldn't want to go back to a time without modern medicine unless I'm also invulnerable. Go and watch The Man from Earth 2007, not so much sent back, but deals with immortality. I liked the movie, but be warned, only watch the first, don't bother with the sequel. What state would your body be in? If you stayed the same age and were in your early to mid-20s, then you could become a god among men. Progressive overload with weights to become superhuman strong, have knowledge of the stock market and how well certain businesses do to get unlimited money, buy up land and literally own countries. Gonna need a baseline on where am I being sent to specifically. And also some historian tell me what shit was going down then. Also we do need clarity on the immortality rules. Can I grow limbs back? Can I get diseases, etc.? Sure, because 2,000 years later I will be right where I am now, just with immortality. Hell no, you haven't thought of the smell. I'd like to think that even my dumb ass understands basic concepts of science enough to kick-start technology on an incredible pace. We'd be landing on the moon in the year 1000. Ignoring the whole, you won't be able to speak the language and you'll die of a disease in a week aspect of it, wash your hands, moves medicine up like 1,800 years. Understanding how a wing generates lift, how electricity is generated, and a very basic understanding of the periodic table of elements accelerates science by centuries. Gunpowder, the printing press, Newton's 3 laws of motion and the theory of gravity, are all something I could explain on a basic level.